the Global Alliance of Confucius Institutes of Chinese Medicine seminar series. And we're recording the program, and we also put it up on a YouTube. So I hope I have your permission, all of you, for the recording. And I'd like to thank our two speakers for today. This is a seminar series which we host quarterly, and we'll generally have two speakers at each. So speaker one today is Professor Zhang Qiangwei, and he's worked as a professor in Tianjin University of Traditional Chinese Medicine since 2004, and he's a Chinese director of the Confucius Institute at Huachiew, Chalermprakiet University in Thailand since 2016. He's over 30 years experience in teaching basic theories of traditional Chinese medicine, diagnostic methods, acupuncture, and other subjects. In clinical practice, he specializes in cerebrovascular disease and mental health issues. And he has visited Greece, New Zealand, Russia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Lebanon to provide professional education in traditional Chinese medicine and clinical instruction since 1990. So we're very fortunate to have Professor Zhang Qiangwei present for us today. And the title of his presentation is TCM in Preventive Treatment in Health, Aging, and Diseases. So thank you very much, Professor Zhang. We look forward to your presentation.
Professor O'Brien. Thank you, Professor, for your introduction. And thank you for your invitation for this seminar series. And dear colleagues and friends, for you, place is good afternoon, is good morning. For Thailand, I'm in Thailand now. For Thailand, is almost good evening. Now is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we have time differences so much. I'm happy to be here today, sharing my research and experience about a heavy topic. What we're talking about, a heavy topic, is aging. Aging. Now, worldwide, aging people change to old. This is a big issue. Many countries, the population comes to old senior year by year. We just briefly to cover because the time is limited. Okay, this is the get the information from 10 years before. I'm sure now, after 10 years, this is my previous research result. Now, I think, especially China, this population, old senior population, is more than before. I think more than, it's 60 years old, now is almost 50. Talking about this topic, we know medical field facing with the disease, senior people facing with more and more disease than younger people or middle-aged people. Especially, we know there's 3 fatal disease worldwide now: cancer, cerebrovascular disease, and heart disease. In different countries around are different. Some country, one disease as the leading, another country as another leading. So in China, arterial sclerosis, heart disease, cerebrovascular disease, and cancer listed as the first 3. Here in Thailand, cancer listed as the first one, and the other 2 diseases as the second and the third one. I think different people come from different countries. You have a different statistic. But the senior people take 30%, more than 30% of these people's suffering. So how to manage with this situation? How to manage with this situation? This is a very important issue. All the doctors, we know doctors mainly treat the disease, but whenever you're facing with the disease before the real occurrence, in Chinese medicine, we consider aging or anti-aging related a Chinese core series, mind, qi, essence. This is maybe a new topic for some of the Western doctors, but for Chinese doctors, they are very familiar. Mind means your response, your outlooking expression, like your speech, like your response, like your smile, your every emotional expression, or your even activity. You're moving, you're walking fast, you're walking slow. Okay, this is all that you can see. This is what we call the mind from outlooking. This represented from inside. Inside, Chinese medicine is a specific term, qi. Energy, power, force. We have different kinds of qi, like heart qi, spleen qi, kidney qi, liver qi, lung qi, okay? This is to maintain the physiological function of the body. What you have, different organs qi, you have a different functional state. Then you manifest outside, you have good speaking, you have regular thinking, you have a normal activity. So Chinese medicine called mind represent or respond to internal qi. And this qi deeply originated from essence. This essence, similar like Western medicine cell, different cell, you have many, many cells. Okay, the people aging related with cell, die, less and less. So the essence from outside, you can also look, the people change to old, you change to short, okay? You change to weight less. You change to hair loss. You change to tooth loss. Okay, this is called essence. Essence missing. So what we call mind, qi, essence, these three terms is considered traditionally 2,000 years last till now. We consider this is a core series or the center series to leading different parts of Chinese medicine. In aging related with essence, people change from outside change, just look short, fat or slim. Okay, the muscle change to weak and the speed. Okay, this is from the essence. Qi, you function weak, heart weak. When you move a little bit fast, you change to short breath. Okay, when you eat a little bit more, you change to bloating. You change to abdominal bloating. You don't feel good. And the mind, you have a slow response. You have a slow reaction. So mind, qi, essence. This is Chinese medicine consideration. Three different angles, two related with aging. Okay, next one. How to managing? So since we considered with this, how to we managing? Next one, managing. Oh, okay, next one. In Chinese medicine, this essence, qi, and mind, we can use one term to cover. Is constitution. I think some of the Chinese medicine scholars here, you know, constitution, different people's constitution in Chinese medicine take an important role. Okay, We have totally 9 types, 9 types in West, 9 types, okay? 9 types of constitution. Here, I just pick up 4 as a typical to explain about the aging. First one, we call the phlegm retention. Phlegm, similar like mucus or phloem, water retention. This goes to those group of people, fat. Okay. When you change it to senior, change to old, the body change to fat and fat, especially big abdomen. Quite a lot of people worry about how can I lose my weight, because my weight goes to a trend for different chronic disease. So phlegm retention goes to those people like 50-year-old, 60-year-old. They have a slow reaction. They have more sleeping. They have bad digestion. And in Chinese medicine, if you check out this term, this phlegm retention, we have a typical thick, greasy coating. Coating, tongue coating. This is one specific type, goes to those fat. These people easily suffer from some of the disease like diabetes, stroke, heart disease. This is a very, very common disease. Here in Thailand, atherosclerotic, some of the hospitals, most of the diabetes patients, stroke patients, has 30 years of obesity. They worry about this issue, but they forget how to control this, how to prevent this. Okay, this is first type, okay? The phlegm retention. Second, blood stasis. Second, blood stasis, yes. Oh, sorry. How to medical care, Chinese medical care. Okay, about phlegm retention, fat, okay? We have a Chinese herbs prescription. You can recognize the Chen Tang, very, very traditional and very, very famous prescription. This specially equipped for those people who have fat body, bad digestion, thick, greasy coating. 4 herbs only. Okay, I don't want to mention each herbs here because from internet, everybody can check out. Okay, this is a typical prescription for chronic maintain to balance with the phlegm retention. Okay, herb acupuncture, Chinese medicine closely related with acupuncture. Fenglong stomach forte. Everybody familiar with these points. Okay, Fenglong is on the this, okay, on the leg. On the leg, this muscle is bump muscle, but this point is the bump place. So it's called ridge process area. The name called Chinese Fenglong stomach forte. And the second one is the Shui Fen. Shui Fen is here on the abdomen, goes to big obesity. The people, you don't need acupuncture. The normal people, you cannot acupuncture. Acupuncture is doctor's work. You can do massage yourself, but you need to know the point location. So you can check from the internet, Fenglong and the Shui Fen. Okay, these 2 points can protect or maintain your body's phlegm balance. Second. Blood stasis. Okay, this is a very, very heavy topic. People come to senior, Western doctors are very familiar with one term, arterial sclerosis. This can be different diseases, especially heart disease and cerebrovascular disease. The basic mechanism changing. So the people comes to senior and senior, then you have more and more blood circulation. Okay, the typical for these patients, you can be fat, you can be thin, not like or slim, not like the phlegm retention. Phlegm retention mainly fat, but the blood stasis can be fat or slim. But the patient can be chronic or constant slight pain or little pain in different areas, not fixed in one area, okay? And the tongue change to blood mark, or generally the tongue can be dark color, or the people have more mark on the body, some on face, some on different other. This is the outlook from outside. You can check. You can check. Blood stasis, okay, very easy to make the people pain problem. Okay, pain problem goes to what? Finally, cancer. Or angina pectoris, heart infarction. All this related with Chinese medicine talking about blood stasis. Okay, this is also your focus as doctor's focus to try to promote the blood circulation. How to manage? Look, this prescription, also very famous prescription. I know in Europe, you call the 四物汤 is 4 ladies, right? And 四君子汤 called 4 generals, 4 gentlemen, and 四物汤 called 4 ladies. But this is basic at 四物汤 together with 桃仁 and 红花. 桃仁 is a peach root, and 红花 is soft flower. Tibet is the best. So this is only 6 herbs. You use this, right? 6 herbs. Together can step by step gradually to promote the people's blood circulation so as to change your internal environment. Then to change your constitution. Point. 血海 spleen 9, spleen 10. These points, okay, located here, located here. Blood sea in Chinese word, the explanation is blood sea. That means this place accumulates more blood than other areas. So if you have blood stasis, this place will specifically sensitive. This sensitive means when you press, when you touch, you have especially pain. So the patient, very easy. When you sit there, okay, you just look at me. Suppose here, you can do this. You can do this. Or you can even more a little bit following spleen meridian. Because spleen, we call is the sea of qi and blood. So when you promote this specific point for blood circulation, even you can promote this meridian so as to change the internal organ. So this is for blood stasis. Okay, next one. Number 3, Yin constitution. Okay, Yin deficiency constitution. This is a very, very big term. Very big term. Everybody knows Yin Yang as a top philosophy term to governing, to leading Chinese theory, Chinese medicine. So Yin Yang as a 2 big type of classification of constitution. So Yin constitution, Yin deficiency constitution. Normally people slim, So one group slim, the people slim, and not only slim, slim can be regular, can be normal, can be healthy. But when you come to aging, when you slim Yin deficiency type, these people quite often flash, rush on the face or on the body. Night sweating. Night sweating. Night sweating means when you sleep, you have more sweat. Okay, when you wake up, nothing. And the tongue, look, the tongue will be red, no coating. Opposite to phlegm retention. Phlegm retention is more coating covered on your tongue. And this one, no coating. Oh, very, very bright, okay? And red. This is a Yin deficiency, okay? This group of people easily suffer from insomnia. Sleeping very difficult because in Chinese medicine mechanism, insomnia, the big problem is Yin deficiency and Yang excess, okay? Then Yin deficient people quite often suffer from insomnia. That means sleeping problem, okay? Next one. This we introduce our doctors or scholars familiar, Liu Wei Di Huang Wan. This is a very, very classic prescription for the people who suffer from Yin deficiency or chronic Yin problem of the body. Originally, this is from, well, what do we call the pediatric doctor. For baby, for children, malnutrition, for the children, delayed development, like hair production, teeth production, and walking slow like this. This related with Chinese medicine, kidney Yin deficiency. So we suggest people who suffer from the senior people who suffer from Yin deficiency. The root is kidney Yin deficiency. So we use this one as the suggested prescription for those people who suffer from Yin deficiency. Next points. Very, very important points. One is Jiao here. This is spleen 6 here. Spleen 6 in the leg inside. These points we call the first. Everybody knows we have 365 points. 365 points. This one is the top Yin point. Why called top Yin point? Because we have 6 Yin meridian, 6 Yin meridian, 6 Yang meridian. And around this 6 Yin meridian, liver, kidney, and spleen, this is the 3 big organs. And these 3 big organs meridian crossing 3 meridians, 3 big Yin meridian, liver, kidney, spleen is Yin meridian, pass through this. 3 Yin meridian pass through this one specific point. That's why this point specifically goes for general Yin deficiency. Another very interesting explanation, man and woman, this is the major 2 groups of the human, of the people, okay? This one for lady. That means this can be called like for lady prescription. This is called ladies point, or first selection for lady point. Many, many indications, this point. So here we suggest this one. Second, kidney 3, kidney 3. It's here, located also inside here. Behind internal malleole. This is internal malleole, behind internal malleole. Okay, this point is called the yuan source point. Yuan source point of kidney. So it's treat Yin deficiency. Human body, Yin deficiency, the root is kidney. Kidney Yin deficiency is the root. So This point, together with the big yin points, can reinforce body's yin deficiency. So you can try later for the people yin deficiency or women's different problem like menstruation, like blood problem, even heart problem or sleeping problem. You can choose this point. Okay, spleen 4 or kidney 3. Next one. The last the constitution is yang deficiency. Okay, yang deficiency is quite often. I'm sure in Europe now is your winter, right? Your winter, but here in Thailand, even we call the winter, but still 30 degrees. This is a much different area, much different place. In Europe, now you have a very, very low time. Everybody feel cold, right? This is not the meaning of this yang deficiency. This yang deficiency means the people in Thailand, even 35 degrees each day, but the people's hand and food always feel cold. If the doctor check for touch, oh, why? You have ice in your hand or not? This is the generally we call the yang deficiency, okay? But not enough. These people will complain to you. Very difficult to touch cold drink. Coca-Cola, very popular worldwide. The people like drinking the alcohol directly from refrigerator, but these people know. Okay. Not cold food, not fresh fruits. All these like fresh or cold things, very difficult for those people. Why? Yang deficiency related with spleen yang deficiency. Even people will complain to you, I have lumbar pain, okay? Lumbar pain, especially the pain related with the cold feeling. Talking about this, Chinese medicine, a special thing, moxibustion. I not bring here. I think you have idea about moxibustion, okay? Moxibustion will help those group of people of chronic yang deficiency. Okay, this is next one. Prescription Qiangwei Shen Qi Wan, very famous. Similar like just now, Yin deficiency. But this basic at that prescription together with the two other two herbs for tonify both Yin and Yang. This prescription also you can check out from internet. Okay, yes. Okay, echo points. Look, this Mingmen. Mingmen is situated here. Okay, here is umbilicus. Okay, umbilicus. Just directly same line. Look at me here. Same line. Okay, back to the umbilicus. Chinese meaning gate of life. So these points very important to tonify yang energy. Moxibustion is best. The people can use moxibustion themselves. Now there's an easy machine on back. You can fix on your lumbar region. And also here is Shen Shu. Shen Shu is both sides of Mingmen. Okay, Mingmen is here. This point 1.5 soon lateral. Lateral. So this is 3 points in one level. This is to tonify body's yang energy or kidney yang energy. Okay, next one. Okay, next one. We talk about aging. We talk about anti-aging. We talk about Chinese medicine care about anti-aging. I take example as the four parts, okay, as a very common, very general way for the people to get to take this method. But for the prevention, I mean this prevention is from your young period. Every people should pay attention
to the notice how to maintain your life, how to keep healthy life. We call maintain regular lifestyle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember 4 points, key points, very important. First, more moderate exercise. Moderate exercise means to keep qi and blood balance circulation. Blood, like water in the river, always flow, always moving. You never pollute it. This is from Chinese ancient idiom. Okay, so keep regular exercise. What type of exercise depends on different people, but exercise is necessary for everyone. Just motions. Emotions, very important. Happy makes people qi and blood circulation. Angry make the qi fast movement will be exhausted. So lot of disease occurrence related with emotional change. So try to balance emotion. The way is goes to see the C. C is water. Water is liver. Water is kidney. Kidney nourishing the liver because kidney is the mother of liver. Liver related with emotion. And also goes to the green mountain. Look, green mountain. Not the mountain without a tree. Green color nourishing liver. Okay, next one. Balanced diet. Diet, food, daily food, very important. You cannot forget. Each day you have 3 meals. You cannot 2 meals. You cannot one day no meal, next day go to buffet to eating too much. This is not a balance, okay? Balanced food, that means each day you have 3 food. The breakfast, the lunch, the dinner, everyone, you should balance. Last one. Sound sleep. Please remember, sound sleep. WHO ever announced each person, healthy person, require 8 hours sleep each day. So less than 7 hours sleep, not enough. More than 9 hours sleep, too much. Chinese medicine tell you, not enough, deficiency, too much, excess. So balanced sleeping means yin yang balance. Okay, this is my short times introduction about aging, anti-aging. Chinese medicine care about aging and how to maintain your lifestyle. Thank you to take your time. You have listened to my speak here. Thank you also, Professor O'Brien. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Zhang. That's very interesting presentation and something that, as I hit the age of 60, is becoming very much more relevant to me. So thank you for sharing that. We have time for some questions. I'll start with one question, and if anybody wants to add a question, they can do so through the chat. I was interested in your last 4 slides on exercise, emotion, diet, and sleep.
Yes.
And sleep, the 4 things. How do you think the people of China, the population of China, how are they doing on these 4 things? Are they getting, are they getting worse, with less sleep, less exercise, and is there a kind of a public health, to getting the population of China to do exercise, emotion, diet, and sleep?
Yes, I'm sure you ever heard about the very famous, very popular view in China, in some garden, in some sports ground, in the morning or in the evening. A lot of senior people get together, like we call the folk dancing. Okay, this dancing is their exercise. Most of the retired people, they quite often get together, morning or evening, when they are the free time, they get together to do this kind of exercise. This is a very, very good exercise way. And also, I think the people knows exercise can promote their body, okay? And for diet, everybody knows China breakfast, very, very rich and popular. I ever work and live in Europe. I know in Europe, the breakfast, not so often, not so much. Not everybody, especially young people, they sleep. Oh, okay, especially like in the weekend, okay? I remember one of my students brought me in the morning when we go outside, we 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, almost coffee shop or everyone closed. Why? They told me they will open about 11 o'clock because people will wake up about 8 or 10 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Normally like this. So I think this is different from culture or from something. Okay, that's depend. But I just want to introduce, because the Chinese medicine, it's a China tradition, okay? I'm sure, Professor O'Brien, you ever visited China, right? China, yep. If you go to the street, not in the hotel, okay? In hotel, of course, they prepare your breakfast, food for breakfast. But I mean, you go to the street, you go to the people living area, you see every place you have breakfast shop. But in Europe, almost no. So this is a much different thing. Okay, last one I want to especially to emphasize on sleeping. Okay, sleeping now the people have a very, very bad lifestyle on sleep, especially every place the night life. This is a very, very opposite to the healthy lifestyle. Because in Chinese medicine, we consider that in the morning, 1 to 3 o'clock, this is a specific time for liver nourishing the blood, for liver accumulating blood. In Western medicine, you call this is the detoxification, very important. You call the liver is a chemical factory, okay, like a chemical factory of the human body. And this is a detoxification, very important period. In China, we have a specific research. Liver detoxification or the function for this chemical factory, the top or the best function is in the morning, 1 to 3 o'clock. This is just equivalence with traditional Chinese medicine. But nowadays, young people, morning, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock is enjoy their night life. Then when they grown up to 40 years old, 50 years old, or even, why so many diseases coming to me? Then I tell my students, try to remind what you did when you are young. This is my answer.
Thank you for that. See, Professor Shen has pointed out, this is excellent advice, Professor Zhang, to slow down aging. But in people like us, working as we are, it can be hard to balance the 4 things. But it's we all should give much more consideration to better balance in our life. Thank you for that. I think if there are no other questions, then we'll move on to our second speaker, and thank sincerely Professor Zhang for that excellent presentation. So, and in Ireland today, it's 3 degrees, where you have 30 degrees. So thank you. Thank you. So I'll just introduce the second speaker. Zhimin Ma is Director of MA Health and Wellbeing Centre in South Shields, Tyne and Wear, Newcastle, UK. He graduated from Nanjing University of Chinese Medicine, which is our partner university in our Confucius Institute here in Galway. And he's a member of ATCM, BACC, BMAS, BSc, MSc. He's practiced Chinese medicine and acupuncture since 1986 in Chinese hospitals, and now provides Chinese medicine and acupuncture treatment to the public and teaches TCM in the UK. He's going to talk about acupuncture for depression, and we're very interested in this topic. We're about to develop an MSc, a Master's in Acupuncture, and so we're really looking forward to hearing this presentation on acupuncture for depression. So thank you, Zhimin Ma.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, it's clear. Share the screen. Share the screen. Like. Share the screen.
Yeah, we can see. You may want to bring in the slideshow, but they're great. Thank you. Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay then. Okay. Thank you very much, Director Timothy or Brian. Thank you very much, and also thank you very much for Professor Guang Yang, the Chinese Director of the Confucius Institute of Chinese and Regenerative Medicine and the NUI Galway. Thank you, all of them. And thank you, Professor Zhong, your fantastic lecture. Thank you very much. So today my topic is, can you hear me? It's clear. Hello?
Hello. Yeah.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Guangming and Sanbing, can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear, but not so clear.
Not so clear.
Yeah.
Your microphone is muffled.
Little Benjamin.
I tried without.
Now you're gone. Now we can't hear you anymore.
No, we can't hear him at all. We can't hear you at all now.
Like this?
能听见现在。
But not very clear.
A
little bit muffled. But...
Not too clear, but
not
still
clear.
can.
Oh.
But can.
But we can hear you.
Yeah.
Like this?
Let's try. Let's proceed.
Proceed.
Okay, see how it goes, okay? Hello? Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very clear, the sound. Okay, we're talking about depression, and because we practice in the clinic there, and quite often to see the people come to see you with a depression. Yeah, so normally the people come here with a depression. Room number. Yeah, very struggle to listen, is it? I try use another computer. Got me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
But it's not very clear.
Yeah, better.
Is it better? Join the password. Sorry.
The first meeting is being recorded.
Oh, no, switch off that one. Okay, just, okay.
Yeah, better. Yeah.
Which
Good.
one's better?
Yeah, much better now. Good. Go on, please.
Which one's better? Because two
Yeah.
continuous.
Very good now.
Oh, okay then. 把这个最小化，我还是看这里。Okay, normally the people come to see you with a diagnosis. That's double sound. Double sound. I don't know what's wrong. Okay, so another name is depression called a major depressive disorder. It's a mood disorder. Okay, because I don't know. No, it's double sound there.
你把这个关了，把那个 sound 关了。
啊？
你把那个什么关了？
王老师，我估计您的手机这个声音更好，电脑上这个不好。
要关，不要两个同时用。
对，您把那个电脑上关掉，把手机这个打开，应该很好。
现在可以吧？
你那关了？
对，现在
一个房间里头不能有两个设备同时开着。
Yeah, sending.
Yeah, I just say, and there should be no two devices in the same room.
Yeah, because he was there twice. Yeah, he's still there twice. No, he's just once.
你现在呢？
不是，你要 share the screen 嘛？你要 leave the meeting, can't share the screen.
Yeah, we can hear you talking now. Yeah.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
你要让他们看到你的 PowerPoint.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
So normally the people come to see you, and they're also, we are all the time talking about what causes the depression. So that's a lot of the things that cause depression. That's stressful events and personality, family history, giving birth and lonely, alcohol, drugs, and illness. So many reasons that's called the depression. So, and when we're talking about the stress events there, that's, for example, the people lost the family, the relative, divorce, and some things lost the job, make the people very, very stressful. And even some personality different because the gene different. That's make the people, even the little things can make the people stressful. So I found that the European people, especially the British people, get stress, depression easily than the Chinese. And that's because the UK weather is the dark and the blue and the cold all the time. So that's make the people very stressed. This is that's the reason there. And also we're talking about the family history. So a lot of the people with the family, for example, the parents, grandparents got some psychiatric some problem and stressed easily, and also they can pass so many negative information to their children that make them and depressed. This is something. And also we can often to see the people divorced, loneliness, and the partner or husband or wife passed away, only themselves to live in one house. That makes them very, very stressed, depression. And people also, they use the alcohol and the drugs to help them to relieve depression, stress. But that's a vicious circle, make the situation worse and worse. So as to the illness, and we're talking about the illness, we very, very often to see the people with the illness. For example, the people got the migraine or the shoulder pain or the sciatic pain, make them very, very stressed. So as to talking about the depression, often we're talking about the pain, how to make the pain relief. I don't think that the people is happy with the pain. So we very often to see the people with the depression, with the aches and the pain. And also the people with the fatigue and tiredness and lost all the interest there. So, and normally the people have the symptoms over 2 weeks and could diagnose the depression, but it varies depending on how severe the symptom. Some very mild, only have a little poor sleep and very, very tired and very down, but some seriously and thinking about the death or the commit suicide, something like that. So that would be serious. So if the people have the thinking about the commit suicide, we need refer them to see the psychiatrist. This is probably the out of the service. So, and so what symptom the people with the depression they have? So the depressed every day, especially in the morning. Yeah. So why in the morning? Because in the morning the chi not free flow. We're talking about the acupuncture for depression. We have to talking about the Chinese medicine and the Yin and Yang and the Jing law and the meridian channel and the energy and the blood and the free flow, and the blood is the xue blood, and qi. What is the qi? Qi is energy, and the qi and the blood should be free flow in the channel. So in the morning, that's the qi is low, so that makes them more depressed. And then also the people feel very, very tired. They want sleep all the time, but some people couldn't sleep, but lie down there, couldn't sleep. Some people, but however, sleep too much. And also the people feel worthless and feel guilty. And I see a Chinese student in Durham, and she, because of too much the pressure on her shoulder, because for the last year of the graduation, so she feel she's worthless and she feel herself useless, very guilty. Yes, that's very serious the condition. So that's make a lot of depression. But after the treatment, she feel a lot better, and also feel hopeless. Everything she feel no future, no hope, and pessimistic. Everything pessimistic. And also a lot of people lost the confidence and the heart to concentrate on doing something and can't remember the details of everything, and couldn't do the things properly and forgot things and lost the things, crying, things. However, so many people also oversleep, sleep too much, but even sleep too much, still no energy. So the two extremities, so that the sleep too much or can't sleep at all. So that the both of them, that's also because the yin yang not balanced. What is the sleep in Chinese? Because the night is yin and the daytime is yang. Yang should be getting in the yin at the night when they sleep. If not, the yang is floating outside. That's make the people not sleep. Why the yang not getting the yin? Because the yin deficiency. Professor Zhong mentioned the yin deficiency, because the yin not enough, because the overthinking, some mental health and the emotional condition that damage the yin, so make the yin cannot hold the yang together at night, just like a husband and wife and the wife too not happy, kick the husband out. Husband is the yang side, the woman, the wife is the yin side. So yin and the yang disharmony, so make the marriage problem, big problem. So that's like something like a yin and a yang. And also lost the interest. So no interest, no pleasure is so, for example, lost the libido. And you see this lady put the sign there, stop, don't touch me, no interesting, because this lady. So no interest, no pleasure. Even sometimes the people, the food side of the activity, for example, people like running or play badminton, but lost all the interest and the pleasure. I feel tired, aches, pains, and low mood all the time. You see, I mentioned the thinking about the death, suicide. That's a dangerous situation. And also people feel the restless and slow down. And very often for the depression, to see the people lost or gained the weight because the people lost the appetite or they eat too much because the eating makes them happy. So eat too much. So also very often to see the other symptoms, for example, anxious headache, joint pain, back pain, stiff neck, digestive, even some people sluggish in speech and the movement very often. So such symptoms that's altogether to the depression, but everybody different. And also we can see this the picture that even we talking about the headache, which the headache, for example, the headache, even the people the headache here, the sinus cause the headache. People often feel the pressure, and on the middle of the eyeball. That's the sinus there, and the people lost their maybe lost the smell and the blocked nose. Some tension headache on there. That's the feel very heavy and blocked there. Some migraine there, probably the trigeminal neuralgia. That's called the headache there, and some pain headache there on the top that belong to the liver channel. Yeah, here that belong to the stomach channel. But here the people feel the pain behind the eye, so that's belong to the Shaoyang channel. So that's different channel. That's called the differentiation. We need to talking about the different area of the pain. And the pain in the different area, for example, the shoulder there, that's the yang knee, the frozen shoulder, pain the elbow, sciatica pain, and the knee pain. Okay, so the different area pain, we select different points and the different diagnosis in channel meridian. So anyway, and analyze the depression in the TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine. We're talking about the depression things, but we first of all, we normally and think, the people come to see you, that's with the diagnosis from their doctors, because the doctors, the West medicine doctor, they give the diagnosis. But the things we Chinese medicine diagnose in different ways, because we use a different way to diagnosis. So first of all, we mentioned about yin and yang. I need to have a look at this one. So because the yin and the yang should be balanced, harmony, just like husband and wife should be the harmony in the family, and the yin and the yang, that's the harmony, that's the body strong. So this is the why the people get illness, because of yin yang imbalance. So that make the problem there. And also the chi energy, share blood should be smoothly flow in the channel meridian through our system. So otherwise, something's blockage or imbalance, that's the cause of problem. Yin yang and chi energy, share blood, and 5 Zhang organ, and 6 Fu organ, 12 meridian, and extraordinary meridian, and etc. This is also quite complicated. That can't explain in 1 or 2 hours. That's the long-term course. So I just mentioned the concept, so we wouldn't talk about the details there. For example, meridian there. Let's talk about it, have a look. That's the different meridian also, that's dominated the chi and the blood in different time. That's very interesting things. So because this is West medicine and the West European people don't realize that something's inside like that. For example, in the early morning, 3 to 5 a.m., that's a long channel. That's the chi and the blood, that's a high. So, but we often to see the people in that time, for example, morning time, and 5, 7 a.m., they have the symptoms worse. Why? We need to talking about why the people getting worse in that time. So we know that now the modern science not developed enough to find everything. For example, so we're talking about the chi and the blood. So can you see the chi and the blood? Yes, you can see the blood, but you can't see the chi. The chi only can feel by the people, by the alive people. You can't see the people by the dead people, dead body, the chi is gone. So chi, no chi. But the blood and the chi are together. It should be free flow. But the blood stasis, the blood stagnation, that's caused the problem. For example, the stroke, that's because of the blood block there. That's the cause of stroke. So chi blood should be free flow often, all the time. So never ever stop. And also we quite often to see the people in the afternoon feel very, very tight. In the for example 5 p.m., 7 p.m. is very tight. Because that time the channel Zhang Fu organs is weak that time, and the blockage there. And also the channel, the extraordinary meridian, that's the reservoir of the 12 meridian. That's the help the meridian, the 12 meridian to regulate the chi and the blood. So that's different system. So we are not talking about it in detail there. And also the yin and the yang, and the 8 principles. That's the basic diagnosis system in Chinese medicine. I need this computer. Yeah, yin and yang. Everything we diagnose. Maybe we diagnose in West medicine, but when we have a treatment, prescribe the herbal medicine and acupuncture for the patient, we all the time thinking in Chinese. So what is the Chinese thinking? Chinese thinking is talking about the yin and the yang, interior, exterior, heat or hot, cold, deficiency, and excess. So this is a very, very often we have to think about it in Chinese way, not rather than the West medicine way. Yin and yang. Have a look at this picture there. Yang side is the exterior, excess, and heat. That's the yang side. The yin side is the interior, a deficiency, and the cold. This is the yin. Basically, the yin is a cold deficiency, and the yang is a hot and excess. For example, if we got the coronavirus, different people have different symptoms. Different people, for example, some people catch the coronavirus symptoms different. For example, some fever, but with the hand, feet cold. This is because the cold and the exterior cold attack the people. But some people with a hot face, hot body, hot hand, the feet, and the dry mouth. This is the 白虎汤症. This is the hot symptom. So we use a different symptom. We use a different decoction, different prescription. So that's we call it differentiation. So anyway, yin and yang, that's basically totally different. However, yin and yang sometimes combine together. Sometimes we mix together. So that's quite complicated diagnosis system. So we often talking about the what causes the disease, what makes the people ill, sick. So here I would like to talk a little bit more causes of disease in Chinese way. So and everybody know in the West medicine way, talking about a virus, bacteria, but in Chinese medicine, we don't have the concept like that. We have the first of all, we need to talk about Liu Yin, the external causes. That's what is the external causes? That means the excessive climate change. That's also another name called the excessive energy affect the body. So because the body and the human beings and the weather, that's connected. Wind, cold, damp, that's all affect the human beings. So very, very often, the cold and damp make the people feel sick, more depressed. Why? Because the chi is blocked. Because the chi is blocked, and that's to make everything down. So when cold damp, for example, very, very often to see the people catch a cold and left what? Left the depression, left the joint ache. Why? That's because the cold block the channel, block the people's energy meridian. And also, this is the external causes. That's for example, pandemic illness. Pandemic illness, we used a lot of the Chinese medicine in China to treat the people with the COVID-19. And we made this very successful progress and to treat the people. I don't know why in the European and the UK, the people don't want to try the herbal medicine, but never mind. So I know that herbal medicine is very good for the pandemic because in the early stage of the symptoms of the COVID-19 only have the, when the cold attack the people, running nose, cough, and dry cough, that will make the people feel sick. And they take the herbal medicine, that people will be okay soon. Anyway, so this is the external reason. So from the outside, from the excessive, different energy level that's affected people. And also the Chinese medicine, also the internal causes can cause the illness. Internal causes cause the illness, that's the very, very not common thing. common things in China, but in here, that the people probably didn't realize that. But in Chinese medicine, we talking about, for example, the anger makes the qi rise. Anger makes the face red because the qi goes up. The joy, what is the joy? Joy is the happy. Joy is the good things or bad things, but most of the time, the good things, but the overjoy, that's not happy. For example, you make the lottery, that's the people got a heart attack because they're too much happy, over happy, and divorced. So that's the not very good. So we're talking about the yin-yang balance. Everything has to be the balance. And also the passiveness, and that can block the qi, and worry can block the qi. Sadness and dissolve the qi. People feel sad, so you feel very tight. Feel the dissolve the qi and also affect the organs function. Chinese medicine, that's the thing about the emotional level. That's the affected by the different organ. The different organ and then the different the emotion. So that's so emotional things have to be the balance. So if it's not balanced, the emotional thing that affects the organs function equally. And also the natural, neutral, the causes, for example, the over exertion and sexual too much, and injury and parasite, for example, the Lyme disease, that's caused some insects bit and cause a lot of the problem, and also the constitutional factors and the blood stasis and the phlegm. Professor Zhong mentioned the phlegm, so I wouldn't talk about too much the things here. And the phlegm that can block the channel, blood stasis can block the channel. That's as long as it affects channel, that's make the problem, make the health condition. So also we're talking about the Chinese way, the inspection. Oh. Chinese diagnosis, so not helped by the machine, not helped by any blood test. So all the diagnosis by the face-to-face, the people-to-people. So first of all, we need the inspection, the what, the look the people. For example, I can see the grounding, the face is bright, and the complexion, and the color, and the color is nice. That's normal, but good. And Dr. Timothy, okay, your face a little dark, maybe the light too dark. I don't know.
It's okay.
So we inspection to look at what? As long as we can see the people and we can check the people, see the people's mental health condition. So people coming to see you, the people like that, oh, no energy. So we know the people, the energy levels are very low. And we can see the body, the shape. We can see, for example, the people limp to see you. You know some pain there, some knee pain or the joint pain. And we can see the people's color and the joint, the movement, and they're all judged by you, not by the machine. Okay, so now I think now.
Tim 11:30有会要离开他，你加快。
Okay. So we don't talk about the four methods of diagnosis. Okay, so inspection and osculation and oscillation. This is also the way to diagnosis, and the palpation and the channel diagnosis is very important. But that's very important. And the inquiry, ask the people all the questions. Okay, so Side effect of acupuncture, yes, have. If not manipulated properly, that's, yes, damage the body. But very often to see the people have itching, allergy, and soreness and bleeding around the neural there. Bruise, muscle twitching, and the tightness. Anyway, so, and acupuncture for depression. So the most reason we call the qi blocked, liver qi blocked. Okay, most common pattern is depression, is liver qi stagnation with interior heat. So that's called 肝郁化火. So that's called the liver qi stagnation and with the heat within the body. What's the point? But this prescription can use all the conditions. As long as people feel depressed and not happy, stressful, you can use this prescription. Okay. I don't talk about the symptoms because for the time. But what is the liver qi stagnation? Depressed first, but also the bitter taste in the mouth, hot face, headache, and dizziness, lethargy. So Yin Tang and the 百会 百会四神风欢池太冲河谷. Okay, 太冲河谷. Okay, where are they? Where are they? I don't know what background of your education, but I just suppose you learn some acupuncture point. Okay, so where the Yin Tang? Yin Tang in the middle of the eye is that's called can calm down everything, all the mind. The Yin Tang. Okay, and for insomnia, anxiety, diseases, everything, ADHD, yeah, for everything. So the Yin Tang, very important point to calm down. And also the 百会 that's the middle of the top there, and you can press there, that can calm down the mind. You leave the headache there. So 百会 point there, and around the 百会, that's the 4 point there. So 4, that's called the 四神通. So 百会四神通 not only for the headache, for the depression, and also is good for the stroke. This is very good for everything and in the brain. Okay, and also the 太冲 liver 3 and large, that's is wrong. The large intestine 4. Oh, that's wrong there. Wrong thing there. So that's the 4 points is called the 4 gate. 4 gate, that's for all the depressions. As long as the people feel stress and depression, can use the 4 points in the hand and feet. Okay, that's regulate the qi in the blood. And the feng qi, where the feng qi? Feng qi is between the upper portion of the muscle sternocleidomastoid there and the trapezius there. And normally the people with the depression have the aching and very tight there. So the acupuncture there can hugely relieve the people's migraine headache. Migraine headache there, the area, and the GB20 feng shui also can relieve the pain there. But the people come here with you to see you, not only with all the simple symptoms like that, also for example, the people with the tongue like that, that means the heat and damp inside. So which point we should select it? We should select it Fenglong ST40. Fenglong is here. So that's clear the heat and the damp. And also we mentioned the Qiangwei here. Qiangwei. So Qiangwei can relieve the pain in local area, and also is good for the shoulder pain. So for the frozen shoulder pain, we use Qiangwei and for that. And also the people come here to see you with the main things, that's the anxiety, palpitation, hot flush. So we also select the point, 三阴交和内关, SP6 and P6 there. So the word 三阴交 is above the inner side, about the 3 inch above the media malleolus on the posterior border of the tibias there. Okay, I wouldn't mention the details there. Okay, fine. And the main ground, that's the 2 inch, two twin, that's above the wrist disease there. Okay, that's it. And the liver cheese stagnation with the kidney deficiency, that's the main symptom, that's the pain. The people with the dizziness, poor memory, and the fatigue. We select the Tai Chi, point. Tai Chi point here, Tai Chi. Tai Chi kidney 3 there, Tai Chi. And the aches, as to the aches, the pains, and the numbness, this is a big topic there. So I would say the Archer point is very important. The Archer point, not only the treatment, but also the help with diagnosis, because we mentioned the palpation to diagnosis. And the find the point around the pain and to relieve the pain. That's very useful and very effective. Liver stagnation with stomach and spleen dysfunction. The people with the bloat, nausea, and belching have something poor appetite. We use the Zhang, 10 Shu, ST36 and stomach 25, and the Zhang 12. And the point Zhang is here, and Zhang is here, and the 10 Shu here, and the Zhong here. So, and the people, you can find the point by yourself. Okay, basically I finished now. But also the ear here. The ear acupuncture is very important. Here I would recommend the people to try use this point. Have looked at the back of the ear, and that's called occiput. Occiput there. This area is very, very good to relieve the headache there, and also here relieve the headache, tension headache, migraine, and trigeminal neuralgia. Anyway, so we're talking about the acupuncture for depression. So this is a basic prescription here. The Yin Tang, Bai Hui, Si Shen Cong, GB20, and Tai Zhong He Gu. As long as people got depression, so select this point. So that can help the people. I use it often. So there. But the way the acupuncture, we're talking about not only the point, the location, and also the skill, the technique. So skill, technique, and your concentration and your spirit have to concentrate on the people. So but communicating with the people, the spirit, that's also very important. If the people have other symptoms, as I mentioned below, the anxiety, palpitation, or stomach bloat or something, you can select different group of the point. Okay, so my topic, so far, that's it. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And thanks for that very excellent presentation on the use of acupuncture in depression. We had some technical problems at the beginning, so that's
very beginning, yes.
Yeah, that's no problem, but it's after kind of using up our time. So we'll have to just close the meeting now. If people have any questions for Mr. Ma, you can maybe just email us and we can pass it to him.
Yeah. If people have any questions, can email me, can talk to me. Yeah.
Yeah, so we appreciate that very much. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for taking your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye now. And I'll close the meeting now, as I actually have to go to another meeting at 11:30.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks to the two presenters, and thanks to all of you who attended. And we'll see you again soon, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.